Okay, so we're at this point where we're almost running out of class time, so you should have at least this week. Make sure you have your drawings and stuff ready, so we can finish on time. We got less than a month. One of the things I talked about last class, of course, was the form design and how you should have, or at least design some kind of input would be great for your final project. Just that you know how to design an input. And we talked about the common input ones. Which one can you choose more than one? The checkbox or the radio button? Checkbox. Choose more than one. Today I want to talk about typography and apps. So again, if you looked at the previous proposals, they had an example of what colors you would use and what fonts you would use in your design. So I want you to have a page in your final proposal of what font you're going to use and what color you're going to use. Let's talk about choosing fonts. Again, one of the downfalls of fonts on the internet, of course, is that in the old days we had to use the installed fonts on the computer, but nowadays we have downloadable fonts, which are good and bad. I mean, it's great that I could use a Google font, right? I love Google fonts. I could use a Google font. But what happens if that connection goes down? Or the other problem with Google fonts is not necessarily the connection, but the speed slows your website down. Every call to another server slows your website down. So when you use a Google font, what you're doing is you're going and saying, hey, Google, download this font and put it on my website, right? Oh, there's a call. And if you ever do a speed test, try and do the speed test of your website. It'll show you, hey, that took how many milliseconds, usually measured in milliseconds. The internet's pretty fast. But still, every outside link that you do causes your site to slow down. So here we go. Of course, the first link under here is, of course, the Apple fonts, right? Fonts for Apple platform. They're going to want you to use their San Francisco font. They also have something called New York and so on, but they want you to use their, and so this is their stuff. What is a TrueType font, right? And then they have an Apple Advanced Typography font. Whoosh, I've never heard of that. I guess I'm going to have to learn that. So, do you remember the history of fonts, right? Let's talk the history of fonts then. So, let's talk about HP and Adobe. Why does Adobe have such a big building in downtown San Jose? It's not because of Photoshop, though they do probably make a lot of money off Photoshop. It's because they own the technology behind fonts, right? And HP and Adobe came up with the desktop publishing. You see the printer over there, that laser printer, and Adobe, right? Adobe came up with something called PostScript. What is PostScript? PostScript is a way of describing what a page looks like when it prints out on the laser printer. So, of course, the first fonts were called what? You and Gene's class. Who's in the Gene typography class? None of you? Hopefully she would teach you that. The first font was called Type 1. The problem with Type 1 is you had to have a screen font and a printer font. You actually had two files on your computer. One to send to the printer to print out the font, and the other to see it on the screen. It was a nightmare. So they came up with a new way of doing it called TrueType. TrueType. The advantage of TrueType is you can use one font, Suitcase, on your computer. You look at it there and it prints out there. The problem was with TrueType in the old days is that it didn't scale all the time properly. There was always a little bit off. The spacing between the letters, you had to go in kern and adjust and stuff like that. So TrueType was great. It got us through the 90s and it got us through the 2000s. And then, around 2008, 2009, Adobe came out with a new one called OpenType. That's pretty much the type we use today, OpenType. It's a little bit better at kerning and has more glyphs and things like that that'll make your font a little bit better. I don't know about this AAT. So you should look and think about choosing fonts for your project.
if you want to be more creative with your fonts, instead of using the standard fonts that we always use, and if you want to use the standard font, because today I was trying to talk to you about, hey, don't be stuck. Go to DA Font, dafont.com. Da font. They got almost any font you would ever want to use. Maybe you're making something for sci-fi. They got a whole sci-fi here. Where's the sci-fi? Sci-fi.
Under
Techno. There it is. Thank you. Maybe you're doing a Star Wars theme. Or you're doing a Batman theme. Okay. And of course, you know, following in your copyright, make sure you read the copyright info over here. Donationware, they want you to donate to them. And also keep in mind, this is kind of an open platform like you would post on any social media. And so, you know, you're going to download a file from here. You probably should have your virus protection on because there could be a virus in here. Because it's, you know, this is like, again, an open platform. Anybody can submit and anybody can download. Okay, well, how do people make these fonts? You can make a font. One of the probably... We used to use a program here in class. We used to teach people to make fonts at the school using Fontographer was a program. Fontographer. I don't know if it's even still around, but that's what we used to use. If you like one of these and you want to use them in your project, how do you download it? Well, you notice there's a download button there. Which one do you want to use? Dream? Hey, remember Halloween? Or this one, Space Age. Look at this one. So if you click download, you can save it on your computer. Once it's been downloaded on your computer, if I can find my downloads folder. Here it is. It's usually downloads as a zip file. If I uncompress it, it'll uncompress it. And of course, inside there, you're going to find a TTF file, which was what? What did I just say earlier? What kind of file format? What's TTF stand for? Not open type, but what was the one before open type? True type font. That's what a TTF is, true type font. So if you double click on that, it'll open into something called Font Book on your Mac and say install font, and it puts it in there. And there it is. It's right there. So then when I'm inside of my Illustrator or in Sketch or any of my programs, whoosh. If I'm in a program and I type in a text here, and I can highlight my text, and what was it called? Something. Space Age, right? Space S. There it is. Space Age. There it is. Look at that. I downloaded that and put that on my computer within a few seconds. Look at that. Okay, so that's another great place to find fonts. Now the problem with that is this is not going to work most likely on a web page. Why? Because there's not a, that's really probably not on the internet. It's not a Google font. You can't just put this on a web page. You'd have to probably put it on the website as a graphic and not necessarily a font, a typing font. Because it's internal on your computer. And, you know, the technology to download this is, these are just fonts that you put on your computer. There's not there. If you want a real font, of course, you got to use something like Google Fonts or Adobe Fonts. These are ones that you could program onto your website, right? These are very easy to program onto your website. How do you program these onto your website? Well, you know, Google makes it simple for you. You hit a little button that says plus. Well, of course, I don't want Open Sans, which is a great font. I love Open Sans. Look at that. Open Sans is like the most simplest reading text. Look at that. This one's hard to read. It's kind of, but this could be good for a headline, right? But these fonts are all very easy to program onto your website. How do you program these fonts onto your website? Well, you just click the button right there. Boom. There it is. That little plus button right there. Then you say, well, how do I put it on my website? Well, you go to your coding. Here it is. You put this in your header of your website. You put this in your CSS right there. And then, boom, you call it You call your CSS, whatever you name your CSS, boom, it's on your website. So if you're designing a plan for a website, you might consider using Google Fonts. You want to be creative, the Bruce Mall way, use the DA font. Hey, I will figure out how to do that. There is a way to get those crazy fonts to work on your website. Cheating way. The cheating way is to take the font and convert it into objects, and then use those objects as a font. And there's techniques to do that. I used to teach that as well in the HTML class, where you can actually make your own font suitcase. Right? You know, font suitcase is basically the letters that you see here, right? You got your A, you got your B, whatever. These are all these characters. You make your own suitcase with your own letters. They're objects, but hey, you're making your own suitcase. You can do that. It's not very easy, but it is possible. But this is the easiest way. You saw it right there. Look at it. All I have to do is copy this right here, put it in the header of my HTML, copy this, put it in my CSS, give it a name, right? You name this, and then use that name wherever I want that font to be, and boom, it's on my website. Again, the downfall, though, of course, you need Google. You need connection to Google. And then, of course, Adobe saw Google doing this, right? Adobe saw Google doing this, and they were just like, oh, my God. Google's going to take over fonts on the internet. We got to do something. And of course, they came up with their ability to download fonts right here. Quality fonts at your fingertips. Okay, so you can actually go and use fonts online as well. Right? I haven't really used Google Fonts very much. I gave up HTML and do they teach you in HTML class how to use Adobe fonts on how to program them, right? It's probably not that hard, is it? So, you know, look through the Adobe and maybe use one of those if you're planning on a website. Because it'd be good to make sure that what you're planning would work, possibly. Here's the Android way of typography. Okay. And of course, the Android font is Roboto. And they give you programming examples. And then, of course, they have a link to Google Fonts right there. Look at that. All this information. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. How to make it just right. Look at that. Boy, you got a lot of reading to do over the holiday. So I don't know, you should think about the fonts you want to use in your final proposal and include them on a piece of paper with a color idea. How do I get color ideas? Of course, Apple has their own color system, right? They're using RGB color values. You could see how you would program it right there. Remember I talked about programming things inside of in the app design, right? There it is right there. You're programming a button right there. This is what it is in Xcode right here. You make a class with a variable. This is the name. You can name anything you want. This is why they call it system teal, because you can use that later on. It's a UI color object, and you're just getting, this is a way of a holding spot to put it there. So you're declaring it. And so you can see all the different ways of using it. So there's Apple color system. Another good one is colors, where you can choose your own colors. This one's a pretty easy one to use. What makes this one easy is you can start for free. You can go iOS. No, I don't know what that is. Why I clicked on that, I don't know. Oh, here it is, Explore.
You can see other people's colors. Generate is good. One thing that's nice about this one is that you can steal a photo, right? Let's say that you took this photo. Maybe you're making a website on San Francisco, right? And you took that beautiful photo at the Golden Gate Bridge, and that blue in the sunset was just blue you wanted to use. And that color of the Golden Gate Bridge is the color you want to use. And that the wave, that white that you saw in the waves, I wanted to use that gray that I saw in the waves. How can I do that? Well, with this program, Colors, Coolors, I can go and let me get a picture here. Let me download it. I'm going to steal for right now. I know I probably have a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge somewhere, but I'm going to steal for right now. Sorry. So, which one do you like? You like this one? Let's go and steal this one. Steal it, steal it, steal it. Okay, so I took that beautiful photo and I'm like, man, I want to use those colors in my design. So on this website, you'll notice there is a little icon that looks like a camera. Do you see it there? What you'll do is you'll open that picture up and it'll analyze the colors in the picture and make you a palette. Here we go. Look, boom. What is this? Oh, download. Let's choose our picture, the Golden Gate Bridge. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Boom. Boom. And look, it starts choosing colors from the photo. And you're not limited to what it's doing. You can actually go and click, I like this orange right here. This is the orange I want to use. You can go and click on that. There, boom. And it say, well, oh, here's a nice gray that is there. Maybe I want it to be a lighter gray. Boom. And this is the ugly green of the ocean, but I really want it to be a more of a lighter green. And then this is a beautiful, I like that one. And then this is the blue of the sky, but I want it to be a little bit darker or different. Boom. Look at that. From an image, you can extract them. And what are these colors? What are these numbers called? What was that? Hex value, hexadecimal value. Okay, and so, boom, look at this color palette. Look at that. I could design a great website with these beautiful colors right here. Look at that. In fact, if you did something like this, I would include that in the proposal. Maybe you go and take that photo at See's Candy. You put it in there. You extract your colors out of there. I would include that in. Look, I went to See's Candy with my phone. Boom, take a picture with your cell phone. Boom, put it in this program. Boom, extract the colors. Boom, it's in my design. Just keep saying boom, you'll just move ahead. Hey, boom. Okay, so how do I get it out of here then? Well, here you go. You say, okay, hit okay. Boom, it makes it, look at this beautiful palette right there. I just made it. Okay, you can say export right there. Do you see the export button right there? Boom. You can export it as URL, PDF, PNG. In fact, it'll actually write code for you. It's amazing. I might just use a PDF for my proposal. There it is. It gives you hex values. It also gives you RGB values. It gives you hue saturation values and CMYK values right there. Boom. Save that. Save. Save. Palette, PDF, desktop. Boom. Beautiful. So that was one. Coolors. Adobe has the same thing. Here's the Adobe one. And they have the same idea. It's okay. You got extract from image right there. Look, boom. You can, here's the Adobe one. You got your monochromatic, you got your triad, you got your complementary, you got your compound, you got your shades, you got your custom, or you can extract from image. There you go. Select an image. Let's see my Golden Gate image. And it has the same thing. Boy, it sure likes those colors. But I want to get, there we go. So again, oh jeez, I can't really see them down here. Their website sucks. Ad choices? I have to have ads on here. Like they don't they charge me enough money for the damn website that I have to see ads as well. So again, you can extract colors like I was just showing you. Boom, look at that. And then save them, but of course, what do you have to have? Your Adobe account. And if you don't have an Adobe account, you don't have to. Can I cancel? Can't. Then, what a great interface. You can't cancel. I have to continue. How do I get rid of this window? Whatever. That's a bad interface design right there. No way to cancel that window that I just had open. Frustration point right there. So Adobe has their way of doing it. Here it is. And then Android, what else do we have? Please begin reading this article. This one talks about color schemes. You got your monochromatic. What does this monochromatic mean? Right, so on. So there's some reading there. Here's another one. They all do pretty much the same thing. This one is kind of cool because you say, I like this one or I don't like it, dislike. Ooh, I like that. I like that one. Ooh, I like that one. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Ooh, I do like that one. I dislike that one. Ooh, I like that one. And then you could save it. And it gives you that. Do you see how easy that one was? That was kind of cool, wasn't it? Click, 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 click. And there you go. So that was a good one. Let's see. And then that was this one. Oh, here's another one. This one was this was a pretty old school one. I've been showing this one for probably 20 years almost, I would say. This one's been around for a while. And it does the same thing. You got your little dots. You can choose your colors that you want. You can choose to shift. You got your triad, your monochromatic, and so on. And then this one's nice because you can export it out. You can preview it. You can export it out. And it'll write all the code for you. It'll even give you CSS code. Look. Gives you the CSS code, and you can just copy and paste that right into your CSS. Boom, start doing your programming. So these are time-saving devices for color, not only for you to research colors, but also a lot of them will give you the code for the color that you can then just copy and paste into your CSS, right? Okay, so, using colors, and there's a whole bunch of other ones, I guess. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of links there. You get the idea, right? Okay, let me stop.